Ohai. Nabeul. The resort in the northeast of Tunisia. It is located in the south of the peninsula of Bon, on the bank of the Gulf Hammamet of the Mediterranean Sea. Administrative center of the Vilayet of Nabeul. Geography. The city of Nabeul forms the municipality of the same name with the population of 73128 inhabitants. On a census of 2014. Together with the neighboring settlements the Gift Shaban, Higher and El Mamara, it forms agglomeration with the population of Card inhabitants. In 12 kilometers to the southwest from Nabeul the resort of Hammamet is located. With it Nabeul forms bipolar agglomeration numbering people and the common tourist area. This city is located in the south of the peninsula of Bon, known for the gardens and kitchen gardens. Here grapes, citrus fruit, melon crops are grown up. In Nabeul, as well as on all the peninsula of Bon, the temperate climate prevails. In January temperature falls not below 8.4 C, average 15.8 C. In August temperature is not below 22.6 C, average of 30.6 C. Thermal amplitude directly depends on influence of the sea. In ancient times the city carried the Greek name Neapolis. That also the policy, city, is translated as Ni, Mu. Foundation of the city belongs at least to 2400 BC. Though the Greek historian Thucydides mentions the 5th century BC. At the time the name of this North African city was mentioned in texts together with Carthage more than once. During the Peloponnese War in 413 BC, the Greek ship going with soldiers from Sparta to Athens ran aground on the coast of Cyrenaica. Citizens of Cyrene decided to help them and provided the boats and conductors. Greeks stopped then in the city with the name Neapolis, where the first record about the city was made. It is possible that Neapolis, Naples, only Greek translation from the ancient name Nabeul or Nabeul. Since 148 BB and BC, Neapolis remains faithful to Carthage. Together with Carthage the city was taken and destroyed by the Roman commander Calpurni. From the beginning of the Roman occupation the city was devastated and thrown, finally destroyed by Byzantines during the Arab gains. Middle Ages. Muslim army under command Abu al-Mukarra, having come from Arabian Peninsula in 674, won the peninsula of Bon. Muslims built the old city of Medina. In Nabeul and in the 9th century the Great Mosque. In 1148 troops of the Sicilian king Viger II captured Medina in Nabeul and made an unsuccessful attempt to seize a military fort Hammamet, after which ran from the peninsula. In the 18th and 19th centuries the city purchases the final structure, being located in the main Medina. Markets become city soul, the place of meetings and trade. They develop and play an important role in economy. At the time, for the first time, many markets, such as El Jadab, Forge Market, Sakal Balka, Sakalakud, Jewish, and Azit, Food, were open. Medina became available through several gates. Women bled a main entrance to the city, Women al-Bab, al-Hakanzaya. Thanks to fertility and a temperate climate, the city began to involve in agricultural and commercial activity of migrants from Jerbi and Kairouan and also the refugees from Andalusia expelled by Spaniards. At this particular time the agricultural industry began to endure this boom. A large number of Jews, which by the end of the 19th century made 10% of all population of the French Protectorate, began to gather in the same era to the region. Construction near the Great Mosque of the Jewish Synagogue became a result of all this. Modern and contemporary history. The French Protectorate established in Tunisia in 1881 gives to Nabeul the status of the center of Pollux provinces. The administrative status and the strengthened civil control in 1885 promotes improvement of living conditions of citizens, providing their dwellings with drinking water and the electric power, construction of roads. However, projects of global development of transport, including construction of the rail line connecting the city to the capital of the country of Tunisia, began to be performed only at the end of the 19th century. These projects were crucial for further development of the city and the region. Their expediency was explained by creation of the important seaside resort here. Arrival of a large number of tourists and travelers from Europe was expected. In the 1930th years in Tunisia, the nationalist movement began to develop violently. With assistance of local intellectuals, Muslims in 1936 organized the Neo-Dester Party, which proclaimed for itself the slogan of "Fight for independence of the Arab people of the power of the French Protectorate and the Roman Greek Church." First of all, Jews in their shrines began to suffer persecution. From 2058 Jews living in 1946 in Nabeul, by 1950 there were only 10%. On January 19, 1952 in the city there took place large meetings within the revolt in Tunisia. With finding on March 20, 1956 by Tunisia of independence, introduction of the power of the traditional Quran and cancellation of bilingualism, Nabeul's status as tourist center for a while grew dim. Various industries in exchange began to develop and it influenced growth of population size of the city. Growth of the population and the industry affected development of education, in the city schools, colleges, the sports centers, polytechnic, faculty of economy and the highest institute of art appeared. Now the city economy and the region is based on tourism again. The tourist Keski zone Nabeul, Hammamet, with the sandy beaches and the Mediterranean climate, is the popular vacation spot of the European tourists long ago. The oldest hotel Nabeul was constructed in 1956, then it was called Nepolis. Nowadays Aquarius. Now both resorts are connected by hotel complexes Hammamet Marazka and Hammamet North. The tourist Keski zone Nabeul, Hammamet has the biggest hotel fund in Tunisia, about 45000 places. From here the country gains more than a quarter of all income from tourism. Sites of the city are among us the ruins of Old Nepolis, located in 2 kilometers from the downtown, and the archaeological museum, in which holds ceramics collections, Punic statues of the 7th century BC. And also a collection of the Roman mosaics collected on all peninsula of Bon are provided. Numerous tourists also attract the old city, Medina, with the ancient gate and also the great mosque of the 9th century. The weekly market in Medina Nabeul working on Friday morning is nice even abroad for a variety of agricultural products and products of master handicraftsmen. Capital of crafts. Nabeul is known in Tunisia and abroad for high art quality of the ceramics, especially painted plates and a big variety of antiqueware. The production technology of products was revived during the first half of the 20th century by diligence of the French researchers, art critics, and added to number of traditional utilitarian national crafts. The skill of local handicraftsmen, as well as profession, is transferred from the father to the son. Several known museums use products and services of Nabeulski masters, including restorers with a world name. The known Nabeulski rugs become by means of the special ring having several flowers from flavovire to violet blue. The first rosette of a lock in a ring is started in weaving, crossing a ring with a twine and alpha. Work demands use of cross cords and periodic replacement of hemp in a twine. Production of the couscous basket for Muslim New Year is carried out in the same way. All works are performed in the yards of houses or in craft workshops. Markets are the traditional place of trade in products of local masters and also products from other parts of the country. Copper, leather, clothes, embroidery and baskets. Nabeul, the only city in Tunisia where make graceful confectionery figures for each Muslim New Year. Favorite children and women, they are also used in preparation of traditional dishes. Drain them in compression molds, then decorate and paint natural dyes. Agricultural industry. In the neighborhood of Nabeul, fruit trees, generally olive and citrus, plentifully grow. Oranges, lemons and sour beltis oranges. A specific place in Nabeul is held by craft of distillation of flowers, generally flowers of bitter orange, bourbon and geranium. The most part of spirits is on sale in local markets, other is sent for export. The tradition of distillation is not traditional for Nabeul, however remained better than in other cities. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.